Welcome to a quick video about CBTAC, or Certified Business Technical Assistance Consultant. If you are here, you've shown interest or have even registered to become a CBTAC. We're here to just share a little bit more information about the certification. My name is Sierra Ladroma, and I'm joined by my colleague, Janet Sievely, as we represent Griffin Hammis Associates, and we will be your instructors for the course. We also wanted to introduce Aisa Salazar, who is the State Program Specialist for Employment Strategies. So let's kick things off with talking about what CBTAC is. CBTAC is short for Certified Business Technical Assistance Consultant. CBTAC serves as a certification for staff and contractors of the Texas Workforce Commission, providing services to VR customers pursuing self-employment. In order to become a CBTAC, individuals are required to pass the CBTAC course and meet annual recertification requirements. Providers are also required to apply for a contract with the Texas Workforce Commission to provide self-employment services. Now, let's chat more about the why and purpose of CBTAC. I'll pass things over to Janet.
Thanks, Sierra. What we wanted to start by saying is that, self-employment is really a viable option for many VR customers, but in my experience, what I find is sometimes staff are not very comfortable or are not very skilled with self-employment, either because they lack personal experience with self-employment, or they see the process as complex or that it takes longer. And let's face it, there's just really not a lot of training or support around self-employment. So one thing really wonderful that Texas has done is to set up the CBTAC training and certification so that people are getting more information and training to be able to support VR customers around starting businesses. What's happened in the past is often because people aren't real comfortable is they'll refer customers to business resources like the Small Business Development Center. And we totally support that. We really want to partner with those generic resources. But we also know that many times VR customers just need more support than the small business development centers have the bandwidth to provide. Think of it kind of like somebody in wage employment might be searching for a job on their own, but some people are really going to need the support of a job developer. Well, a CBTAC is sort of like a job developer for a self-employed person. I'm having a little trouble with moving the slides forward here. Okay, so a CBTAC's role is to assist VR customers with the whole process of self-employment, starting with developing and facilitating a business support team, which might include people like their VR counselor, certainly the CBTAC, business resources such as the Small Business Development Center, natural supports, maybe the individual's family or friends, other providers, perhaps a benefits planner. So we're trying to really address this as a team sport, right? CBTACs will also help the individual and team fine-tune their business concept and to start doing some market research and what we call business feasibility studies. Don't let that term scare you. Really all that is gathering information. So I know when I started this, that term business feasibility study made me a little scared, but don't worry about it. It's gathering information just to know that the business has a chance of being successful. CBTACs will help with developing business plans, including the business financials, and supporting people in launching and growing their businesses over time, including developing some tracking and reporting systems for tracking financials and being able to report that information to the IRS or Social Security or whoever it needs to be reported to. We do have two different types of CBTAC. Some of you may be VR counselors, and some of you may be providers or work for provider organizations. And we really encourage both sets of folks to take the CBTAC course. For what we call in-house CBTACs, those are VR staff who are receiving certification mainly to help their own caseload, right? If I'm a VR counselor, this would give me a lot of information and support around supporting my own customers. But also, we see you as a resource in your local office. So if there's other VR counselors in your local office that are helping someone with self-employment who have not become a CBTAC, that we hope that you will be able to at least help them with the forms and the process. And generally, a provider isn't used when the self-employment strategy is a fairly simple one, right? Like, let's say somebody wants to become an Uber driver. We see that as like a simple self-employment plan that you may or may not contract out to a provider to help with. But in cases where people need more support, that's when the provider CBTACs come into role, because VR would be contracting with you all that work for community rehabilitation programs to provide that more intensive support to people who might need it. Now, if people are getting supported self-employment services, the services of a provider CBTAC are required. If they're not receiving supported self-employment services, the VR counselor has the option of contracting with a provider CBTAC or not. So just know that there's different people involved in the course. I'm going to hand it back to Sierra to talk about the course itself.
Thanks, Janet. So let's talk about the details of the CBTAC course. This course is held over a 12-week period and consists of 6 two-week modules. Each module contains 3 to 5 lessons and guides students through a lesson review, a quiz, an assignment, and discussion board requirements. We want to acknowledge that we know you have busy schedules. We are here to support you in working through this course, and with that, we want to emphasize how important it is to set aside time every week to work on your CBTAC course. Each module has approximately 5 hours of coursework with an estimated 30 hours for the total course. Now, this is a quick overview of the 6 modules and topics that will be covered during the CBTAC course. All of this information is also available in the course syllabus. So a quick review: Module 1, Introduction to Customized Self-Employment and Discovering Personal Genius. Module 2, Business Concept Development and Market Research. Module 3, Operations and Marketing. Module 4, Business Financials. Module 5, Social Security Benefits Analysis and Funding Sources. And Module 6, Business Plan Development. The course ends with a final exam and course evaluation. Support and guidance is something you will receive while you work through the CBTAC course. This support will continue to be available after you become a CBTAC as well. Becoming a CBTAC means you will all be able to support the VR customer and their team with the self-employment process, but we want you to know you'll also have a team that supports you. At no point will you be asked to be the expert in all areas of self-employment. We strongly encourage teamwork and partnering with business planning experts. This course will guide you through who and how to locate the business planning experts in your area. CBTACs also have access to regional program specialists, the state program specialists, and your Griffin-Hammes team members for support. Throughout the course and after, CBTACs will have access to reference guides, recertification courses, and other resources. The message here is that CBTACs have supports and resources to use and lean on during and after the course. All right, let's talk about provider CBTACs. I'll send it over to you, Janet.
We just wanted to let you know up front that there are a couple other things that provider CBTACs will need to do in addition to taking the course. So the first step is to become certified. But once you're certified, you or your agency will need to apply for a self-employment contract to provide self-employment services to Texas VR customers. additional requirement is that someone in your agency, it doesn't have to be the CBTAC necessarily, but someone in the agency is required to have the employment certification through the University of North Texas. And my guess is that somebody already does. You know, it might not be you, but somebody already does it in your agency. So just so you know that. And also one thing you should know, if you are the person with the UNT certification, that the course hours that you take through the CBTAC course can be applied towards your CEU recertification unit. So there's a plus there, and especially given that Texas VR is covering the cost of the course for you. So they really want more CBTACs and are going to be supporting you in getting this certification so that they have people that they can count on to help customers as they work towards self-employment. Just at the end here then, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact with us. We're really excited that you're considering the course. I will say the feedback that we've gotten from people who have taken the course over the last few years has been extremely positive. And when we ask them, what would you recommend or what would you tell other people considering taking the course? One of the overwhelming messages is take it. It's a great course. You'll get a lot of good information. And if you do register, we're going to have a live orientation and we'll share a little bit more with you there about the specifics. But again, here's the emails for Sierra and I. Feel free to email us. You may have already talked to Kendra Yates, who handles registration for the course and is pretty active with the recertification pieces too. And for technical support, Dallas Yates is key on that. But if you get confused about who to ask what, feel free to just email Sierra and I, and we'll make sure the question gets to the right person. So thanks for joining us today. We really hope to see you in the course starting September 12th. And we will be doing a live orientation on that day too. So mark your calendars. It'll be at noon Central Time. If you can't make it, there's a recorded version as well. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.